And we're welcome Steve Gilmore, the mayor of Ashland, with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How are you?
I'm doing great. We've got the big festival Saturday on the river.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking me, what's the OYO stand for? I read something in the paper one day, didn't pay attention, of course. It's the Seneca and Indians and I'm trying to think the other Indian tribe. They call that river OYO.
Oh,
it was an Indian word.
Yeah.
And it's now I think we use some somebody used some wordage for it the other day, but they say it's how the Ohio River was actually named. But I'm really hoping the weather's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Low 60s.
Sunny and cool, high 60.
You can't beat that, for an outdoor festival.
Yeah.
And it's I hope so much for Whitney Lowe and Ashland Motion and Norma Meek down to Paramount that they do well. It is a fundraiser, and they've got some great acts. And Shooter Jennings, I think, a few years ago, about 25 years ago, I was assistant superintendent over in the central office over on Central Avenue, and Waylon Jennings came in on a bus with the governor's wife. He was pushing education and GED and all that. He was one of my favorite all time, And here he came off the bus. I'm there to greet him and everything, and we go in, and happened to be my birthday. And he sang. I didn't know he was going to do it. We get upstairs. I didn't say anything about my birthday. We get upstairs, and believe it or not, Ted Robinson was over there, the little news beaver, for years.
Yeah.
And he taped it on a little cassette, and he sang "Happy Birthday" to me, and that was amazing. Now, can I find the cassette? Why,
probably not.
Heck no. But seriously, the name didn't jump out at me at first. I researched a little bit to know that was Waylon Jennings' son, and then my daughters assured me he's tremendous. He's great.
He is good.
So I saw the lineup of people they were going after, and obviously at my age and the way my career is, a lot of country music, and they don't call it all of it that now. But I'm not as adept at it. But some of them I did recognize, most of them I didn't. But my daughters were telling me if they get 3 or 4 of these people, it's going to be out of this world, which they did.
Yeah, they did. It's more, I would think, country, maybe southern country,
southern
folk,
rock.
Southern rock. There's a little bit of everything there.
And that I'm into, the folk music.
It will really be a good festival. People should go.
So there's food and crafts and cultural things, and it's on our riverfront and great acts. And it's a fundraiser for 2 great organizations. So you can, pay to get in and support Paramount and Ashland Motion, and then enjoy a day.
Absolutely. Another thing coming to the Paramount October 18th, which is next Thursday, is the film The Postcards and Photos from Ashland, David Carter's new film, which should be pretty neat.
It is.
Because it's all about Ashland.
I've known David basically my whole life since Little League and Babe Ruth. I never did figure out, once I found out he actually lived in Russell, is how he came up here and played in our leagues, but it was pretty wide open then. I think the rule was if you didn't have it in your community, you could come here.
Play somewhere.
He's a really good guy. He's done a lot of good things throughout his career, and he came in to see me, last year, I guess now, and he's pretty creative and put stuff together, and they showed me what he wanted to do. And then when he did his first draft of his video, he sent it to me, see what I thought, and I was astounded. I loved it. So I think Ashlanders in particular, townies like me, and I'm hoping the all age groups will give that a shot, because I think they're going. What it does, it gives you a much stronger feeling of pride about Ashland, Kentucky. You can't get it all in there that he's looked through. I mean, I saw so much information, so many pictures.
Yeah.
And it's basically the theme is postcards from home, and it's a lot of war stuff in it, but from how Ashland was then. But the pictures, I think, just the part I've already seen, which I haven't seen the finished product, it just makes me so much more proud of Ashland, Kentucky.
Absolutely. Update on the hotel downtown.
Things are moving great. If you go sneak a peek every once in a while, you can see just how big, spacious, and wonderful that lobby's going to end up being. We had to do something the other day with a right-of-way or something around back to make it, which was nothing, was just an ordinance to get passed to help them. It's going to be super. I'm telling you that we have some developers in town looking at 3 properties to put both commerce and and housing in. This is a big outfit, and they're basically have been doing things in Kentucky, and they're number one rated by the Kentucky Economic Development Department. And if they actually pull this off, it's going to just be more beautiful development in downtown Ashland. It's going to have housing. I mean, everybody's taking a hint from Brady. They're in dire need of housing. Not just, I think people that have apartments and rental units are the next 2 or 3 years are going to flourish, because they're going to have 1,000 workers out there working on that plant for a couple years, and then they're already got enough people moved in here that are trying to buy mid to higher priced housing in our area. So we need to snag them in Ashland. We need to make Ashlanders out of them, and Brady's helping. He's pushing it to live close to the corporate office here as you can. So with those developments, and the reason that's why they're looking. They know they can put some lofts, some great condos spotted around our community, close to downtown, and it's going to work for everybody. It's really exciting if that one comes off. And of course, if you've been up 35th Street, they're moving very quick on the Ashland Toyota. I can't wait till that gets going. And there are a few other little smaller businesses are wanting to, trying to negotiate, buildings that they can afford and get more commerce. And I know Dr. Jevinen over here is developing the G.C. Murphy building. I talked to him yesterday several times. We texted a lot last night. A lot going for him. He's not sure just what's going to go in there, but he has a bunch of. He's talked to a bunch of possibilities, including a cultural type center, crafts and all that. Still may be an artist area, but several super restaurants that could go in there that all of us would really enjoy. We only see them in bigger cities, but they have express ones that have the same menu or basically the same and all that right here in the middle of downtown. But I'm not going to try to steal him his thunder on anything, but I will tell you this. He's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in that building, and he doesn't need to do it. If you know E.B. Jevinen, he is probably one of the most dedicated Ashlanders there is. I mean, I remember in high school and when he came back to practice medicine, the guy, as he told me when he's chairman of the park board, he was on the park board with me for many years. He told me one day, he said, Mayor, I want to give back. And he said, I think by buying that building and redoing it and making it a real magnet in the middle of downtown, he said, I don't want to lose any money. I don't care if I make anything, but I want to do something for downtown. I said, I'm proud of you. Go for it. And he is, you've been sitting here. And
a lot going on.
He's had workers in there for over a year now.
Yeah, every day.
And they're gutting, wiring, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of feet of wire in there, but they've redone the whole building, which you have to do.
Yeah.
He said going upstairs, he found so many things from the old G.C. Murphy. Notes on the board, on the wall about clothing and
I bet.
I mean, it's just he loves that. And he's very nostalgic kind of guy, about things. So, and of course, as I go into the mall, the Mayo Mall here, the first mall in America, in my opinion, they're doing great things.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times when I see a checkbook or a credit card bill from my wife, she's making a major impact over there.
I know back behind Burger King on 12th Street, they're clearing off that lot because there's something going there.
Domino's Pizza is going in there, and a big, I think one of the, maybe two things, to be honest with you, but I know they're going in there and they're trying to rebrand Domino Pizza. You've seen some commercials.
Yeah, I've seen some of the commercials.
It's totally different looking, and so he sent us a picture of the mock-up the other day that looked really neat. He came, the guy that's going to run it came before the commission. And
then still you got the work that's going on Carter Avenue down there. They haven't opened all of that yet.
Yeah, and that new pizza place is going in down there, and John Stewart has developed that block. And there's still several more things to go in there, but some local guys are putting this 182nd pizza. You pick it out. You go through the line. You pick everything you want. And 180 seconds.
180 seconds.
Yeah, they make it.
That's pretty neat.
I want to try that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And then of course Trey Hermanos is eventually going in at a new
the old Dragon Palace.
In the old Dragon Palace.
Instead
of where they were, they're going in the old Dragon Palace.
Yeah, and right across from Wild Horse, which
just opened up. I was going to mention that. You got a brand new restaurant down there called Wild Horse
Cantina.
Cantina.
Yeah. So we try to go everywhere. You know, obviously my wife and I and friends, we try to move around. So I think it opened on a Saturday, so I think we waited till Tuesday. And we go down, and it was 45-minute wait. And people, well, we left. But we will go back, you know, because I've heard really good things about the food.
Yeah.
So, and it's a neat-looking place. We did go in and look around. But you know, it's a complicated. Restaurant. I would not want to be in a restaurant, but it's complicated. The big thing is, you know, I got a really good friend, Tom Wright, who's got Penn Station, and he's got pizza in the mall, and he's got Slim's Chicken now. You know, and I said to him, I said, "Gosh, Tom, what's it like labor-wise? You know, to get people you can count?" He said, "Well, we are hiring about 60 up front because we need about 30, 35." And so we ate down there the other day, and he said, well, I said, how's the employment going? And he said, well, I needed every one of them. I mean, you know, some people work for a paycheck, get one paycheck, they're gone.
Turnover.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You know, it's too many hours to work down and all that. There are so many complications to me from afar looking to make. Then you get somebody that comes in and eats, and they may get something that's not quite as good as they want it to be. Well, they're probably not going to come back.
Yeah.
You know, so you always got that gamble with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough business, but I'll tell you, no, we're not for any want for a place to go.
No, that's for sure. Well, things are looking bright for the city, and we'll close with this as we move into the fall season. Of course, I guess the main concern for city government now becomes making sure that water lines stay up to date and make sure roads are cleared when winter does finally come.
Sure, yeah, we were already planning for all that with the appropriate materials for the roads and all that. And you know, I'm glad you mentioned the water thing. We're working right now. We approved a contract with GRW, which is a huge, big engineering firm that have done work for Ashland for many, many years on the expansion of our sewer treatment plant. We're gonna do all kinds of upgrades of our water plant, and then we have a company that's a consulting company that's worked on our transmission lines. So the very near future, we'll begin work on that. And of course, these main lines that run through downtown will probably be our first attack point. But you're right, we're going to go very aggressively and you know, so many of them you don't know when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, but we do know from excavations over the last several years where we need to go back there and replace that whole line. So that gives us a baseline, a starting point, and we'll be working that through the winter.
All right,
for sure.
Mayor, thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Jim.
Appreciate it. We'll
Always
see you.
good to see you.
Yep, see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, bye-bye.